our chilly Speed Freak Saturday. Just waiting for everyone to get here. And then once the whole crew gets here, everyone's gonna warm up together. And then we'll go through our dynamic warm up as a whole group. Usually use that time to kind of lighten the mood. Everyone's a little tense when they come in and train sometimes. We want this to be a fun environment, so kind of use it to kind of lighten the mood, jaw jack with some of the guys, give some guys some crap, see how we're doing. Then we typically go through our technique work. That's usually the biggest fault in a lot of our field sport guys is we want them to sprint like track guys, although it's never going to happen, but we try to get them as close as possible. And then once we go through our technique stuff, then that's when we get the timers out, set the lasers up, and that's when they actually sprint full go, and that's when it becomes a real competition between all the guys. You know, there's a lot of jaw jacking between everybody, a lot of competition. It's a really good time. I'm going out 15 yards. You guys know what we're doing. Have at it, Noski. Seb, good to see you, bud. Josie, Javi, nice to see you. Okay, as we're doing our march, okay, we'll start with march, then go to skip, then go to high knee run, okay? Let's start, okay, really making sure, a lot of us will kind of just make sure we're getting that full hip flexion, knee up, toe up, okay? A lot of us just love to dangle this down here, okay? If you dangle the toe, when you bring the foot down, you're striking with the toe, we collapse, there's no bounce off the ground. That's part of our problem. Make sure that we're pulling the toe up as high as we can, expose the ball of the foot, and we're actually putting energy driving back down into the ground, okay? So with the march, striking underneath the hip, let's be deliberate, okay? Snap it up, snap it down, work the exchange. We're going out 10 yards. Let the person in front of you get a couple yards down before you go so we don't run up on each other. Okay, here we go. Control where your foot lands, so that way when you actually go to sprint, your brain has an idea of what's going on. Okay, your hip height should stay the same at all times. Your glute is driving down before you get a chance to fall. Okay, so it can't be, I can't get down here. You gotta stay tall. Let your foot meet the ground. Don't let the ground meet you. So these white lines are all 5 yards. So we'll typically do a flying 10 with these guys. Stalvey, make sure you monitor how hard you go. It's usually the shortest distance with we'll use a 20-yard run-in for it. The shortest distance to where they can achieve a top speed, and it actually gives us a pretty valid result. All right, guys, here we go. RJ, 115. Good, Riley. You do, so you're still kind of doing that where you're bringing it up, but it's coming out as well. So yeah, we're kind of there. Dang, E, where's that been this whole time? 136, big dog, right? There we go, PD, 113. Come on, Chris. Yeah, look at your elbow, pal. David, 115. Look forward, Juan, please and thank you. All right, so closing out Speed Freaks today. Just wanted to make sure everyone was firing on all cylinders before heading out to tryouts for high school or on Monday. Saw some good times from the guys. Some very, very near PRs from a lot of guys and a couple PRs from the crew. One of the big things that we look for is just being efficient with our sprinting. Most field sport athletes are incredibly inefficient with the power they're producing, so that's why we focus a lot of our beginning time working on our technique, making sure that we're just getting underneath the hip and we're actually using the power that we're producing to achieve the fastest times possible. And typically the guys that do that will see greater than 90–95% of their PR, and that's when we're really training the speed at its highest potential.